What's going on, Valorant gamers? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go through a quick tip. We're going to make it fast, easy, and simple for beginners to get better at the game. And one of the main things that we saw, and what Kakami here that's joining me, say what's up, Kakami.
Yo, what's up?
So he brought to my attention that now he's leveling up. He's a beginner himself. He's ranking up. He's practicing. He's getting into the game, right? And he said that, man, one thing that I see a lot is that beginners do not know when to use sneak. So today in this video, we're gonna go over the scenarios and the ways and the reasons when and when not to use sneak. Okay, we're gonna go into a scenario where you would actually use sneak. Let's say the enemy team is going to plant in bomb site A here and you're rotating from B. You're the last member alive and you're in a clutch situation. There's either 1, 2, or 3 enemy teammates left, but they don't know which direction you're rotating from. So most teams are going to split up, and one's gonna watch heaven, one's gonna watch door, and one will probably watch the arch over here. And that way they cover all bases, and that's what you're going to use against them. That is your advantage. But one mistake that we see, and what Kakami brought to my attention, was that he sees a lot of beginners doing, is that they just come from the site, they're in a clutch situation, they just come in, the bomb's down, they just run in super loud, and they're just going in like Rambo. And what this does is, now all 3 enemies, or the 2 enemies, or the 1 enemies, they know exactly which control point to watch, what choke point. So these will be the choke points. The door is the choke point, the arch is the choke point, and heaven is the choke point. Now they know exactly which choke point to watch that you're coming through, and that level of surprise, that advantage you have on them, is now gone. And if it's more than 1 member, majority of the time what you need to do is use that advantage to take out that 1 person that's watching the door. So you come in, you'll walk in, you'll take out the person watching the door. Now you know, okay, most likely someone's watching heaven. Boom, you take out the person watching heaven. And if someone's in sight, okay, they're probably watching arch from sight. So now you take out the person under heaven. And that's going to help you at least take that 1 guy out, and that after taking that 1 guy out by surprise, that gives you the entry into the site to then take out the other people that are watching the other choke points. That's why using sneak in that clutch scenario is super important, and that will give you an advantage. So always make sure you walk in, take out the guy that's watching this choke point, this angle, and that way you're in 1v1s, and you try to get those 1v1s as fast as possible, and don't try to drag them out. That way they don't all converge on you all of a sudden. All right, that's one scenario to use sneak, and we're going to go into other scenarios when not to use sneak that Kakami says he's been seeing a lot of beginners doing. And let's go into that. Tip number 2.
And you kill the first person who is guarding the gate. Wouldn't that expose your location? So the other 2 remain.
Right. Yes, when you come through here and you kill that 1 person, it will expose your location. But instead of running through here, what's going to happen is they're going to hear your footsteps. Then you're going to have 3 people already looking there. You're going to have to fight 3 people at one time. What you're trying to do is you're trying to use the advantage to fight the 1 person that's watching this choke point while the other people are spotting the other choke points. You're trying to 1v1 with that guy. Say he's here, right here. You're trying to 1v1 with him, kill him fast. Okay, you know there's a heaven guy. He's there. Okay, you're trying to, boom. You position yourself, boom. This guy's watching arch under there, but this guy's up here watching heaven. You position yourself to block yourself from the guy watching arch under heaven. You kill him, boom. Then you come over, boom, you kill the last guy. You're trying to put yourself in 1v1 situations using your positional advantage to not get shot at by 3 people at the same time, because it's hard to it's gonna be hard to clutch, you know. And that's what competitive teams, that's what it's all about really in other games and in competitive games, and it's gonna be like that in Valorant. Is the big thing is trade killing, right? So they're going to take the advantage. People that are good teams and have good teammates, they're gonna say, okay, it's 2v1. They're gonna both rush you, right? Because the first guy, even though he may die, it's very likely that the other guy is gonna kill you, and that's called trade killing. So you're just trying to use you're trying to put yourself into 1v1 situations. But if you don't have to kill the first guy and he doesn't see you and you don't know where the other guys are, you can go past him. You don't always have to shoot the first guy, right? Then you learn where everyone else is. Let's say there's smokes or some type of advantage that you could use to walk through the smokes, not be seen, and then figure out, okay, this guy's watching the door and you're behind him. Don't shoot him. Find the other guy. Okay, we know the other guy. He doesn't see you. Find the third guy, kill the third guy, and then go down the line that way. You don't always have to kill the first guy. So, but if you have to kill the first guy, yes, just try to position yourself to kill him. Obviously, you know they're going to be coming. You know someone's watching heaven, guaranteed. Kill him. And then if someone's in this area or if someone's in the site area watching archway, then kill that person last. And that's kind of how you would go through the process of elimination for that clutch situation, and using sneak as your advantage.
So basically, I will try to divide them, then take them on one by one.
Yep.
And if possible, I will try to sneak in without killing anyone to figure out the location of each one of them before taking them on.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Oh, kill him.
Kill him.
Oh, kill him.
Okay, when not to sneak. So one thing you gotta realize is that on your mini map, you're gonna have a circle around you when you're running around. Right now, you can see the circle around me on the mini map when I'm circling this fountain right now on Ray's picture. And what that means is that circle is the radius of where they can hear you running from. So if you know, if your teammate just called out, hey, they're in sight planting bomb, and you're the person and you need to rotate, and there's two people planting bomb in sight, you don't need to keep running. You don't need to keep walking here. You don't need to be walking. If you can see where the radar is, boom, okay. Now, when they can start hearing me, when that cutoff on that end of that circle, when I get the cat and I'm going in the sight, okay, they can hear me from there. Boom, I need to start walking. You don't need to keep walking all the way, take longer to rotate from somewhere like mid or spawn until that circle gets about to here, and then you start walking. Because you know, if you keep running, they'll be able to hear you from here all the way into sight. Okay, so use that circle, use that sound radar circle on your mini map to your advantage, especially if you know if your teammate has sight of the enemy on the mini map, and say your teammate's here and he has sight and you can see the question marks on the mini map of the enemy, then you know you don't need to be walking from here. You know they're all the way in the back of the site, they can't hear you. Boom, and then you start walking. You get what I'm saying? So that's one way to know when not to use sneak, because unfortunately, like Kami was saying, is that he's seen a lot of people in the beginner ranks, they're walking the whole map and not realizing that that built-in mini map sound radar is there for you to understand when and when not to use sneak. And that's just one tip for when and when not to use sneak. Those are the 2 tips for this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Shout out to Kakami for giving us these good insights and helping you guys figure out how to get better in ranked and competitive play in Valorant. Say what up, Kakami. We're out.
Yo, what's up? Hey.
Peace. Finisher. Yee.